Puddles in the morning, puddles in the evening, puddles in the afternoon. Well, I'm a puddle boy and she's a puddle girl. The Puddles podcast is starting real soon.
All right, welcome to Puddles. It's your host Andrew Collin, joined by my co-host
Brenna LaRock.
We're back, baby. We are back. I'll tell you what, Brenna and I, we live a pretty normal. I wouldn't use the word boring, but we live a life where we used to get in a lot of trouble, a little bit of trouble.
Together?
No, not together. Maybe in our.
I was like, what?
No, separately.
Oh, yes. We're both exhausted from all of the trouble we've been in.
Throughout our lives, we've definitely chased the story. And
do it for the plot. We do it for the plot.
We do it so for 30 minutes every 5 weeks we destroy our lives so we could tell a fun story to our friends. This is before a podcast. This is just so you could be at a party and be like,
every 5 weeks?
Maybe every what?
Dude, I was down for once a week.
Oh, you're ready to tell a story to your friends?
I was doing something I shouldn't be.
Oh, yeah.
Once a week.
Damn. But my point is that we were just always searching for something and something would find us. We'd get ourselves in, pretty shitty situations. But now we live a normal life. We live in a little studio apartment. And for some reason, more shit happens to us. Just trying to be normal and be boring.
Some people attract chaos. I am one of them.
So do I. I mean,
crazy things happen to me.
So we're sitting there. We're having a normal day. It's a fucking Tuesday. A regular Tuesday. We both still have a cough from having the flu 13 times, but we won't even get into that. I can't even get over the fact.
We've been sick. It doesn't stop. It doesn't.
I don't know who's out there not getting sick during this season, but we're just going back and forth. Shut the fuck up.
No, literally yesterday I was texting my sister how much I could not wait for you to leave the house because I can't listen to you sniffle and cough and grunt and go, oh my God, where are the cough drops one more time? I can't. I couldn't do it.
Guys cannot handle sickness because we don't have periods. We don't have babies. So any inconvenience, we're like, oh, my bladder.
Thank you for acknowledging that. Most men are not willing to acknowledge that, but listen, when I'm sick, though, I'm the same way.
Well, this is how I know how much of a bitch I am, is I typed into Spotify songs for when you're sick.
Oh, my God. It's so dramatic.
And
literally,
there's a few different playlists, and I'll tell you, I put in one on the playlist on, and you're very vulnerable when you're sick, even when you're a tough man like me. And you end up, questioning everything. You're very sad. You're insecure. And I thought Coldplay was done with my life. Dude, I thought I was done with it.
I knew you were going to say Coldplay.
And Fix You came on at 4 a.m. I'm listening to my Songs When Sick playlist. When you try your best and you don't succeed.
What were you thinking about?
I was just thinking Chris Martin might be Jesus Christ. Because I needed him so much. I've never realized Coldplay is back, baby. Coldplay is in my heart.
Dude.
When you have 103 fever, you need it. You need that. You need that comfort music. And then I listened to him 4 days later. I'm like, ugh. Yeah,
Coldplay was the band when I think when I really started listening to music.
Really taking it in.
And I was obsessed with Coldplay. I would go to my family computer and go to YouTube and just, because that's how you would listen to music back in the day, and just look up their lyrics and all of their YouTube videos. I would just listen to music for fun.
I did that
on the computer. Yeah.
YouTube. Yeah. YouTube before Spotify. You kind of just do playlists.
Yeah.
And I would I don't know, I felt like before I ever did art or was a creative, I searched it out and really felt like when I was like listening to something that I was getting in touch with my artist side that no one knew about, you know, which is ridiculous. But, you know, I romanticized it because I didn't ever do it.
It's like giving energy when people are like, I'm a musician, but they just sing other people's songs.
Yeah, and it's just like you do karaoke once every 3 weeks, and you do good though. You have your one song. You're like, no, I'm an artist.
Wait, what's your karaoke song?
Back that ass up, pop that pussy.
You know, okay,
no, it's Stay by Lisa.
By Rihanna?
No, by Lisa Loeb. You say I only hear what I want to. I don't listen hard. I don't pay attention to the distance that you're running.
Anywhere, anyhow.
I don't understand.
You know
if
what
you really
song
care.
I want
only
to
hear
do?
Negatives.
No. You know what song I want to do so bad on karaoke is Messy. Because I'm too messy.
That song's blowing up.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't know. I
feel like I relate to that song as a 44-year-old man. And it's like...
That you're messy or...
Because I'm so messy.
Are you singing it to me?
Yeah. So, all that to be said, the other day, so it's a normal Tuesday. And, you know, I want to be a protector in a way. I am a married man. I want to take care of my girl. I want her to rely on me when things get tough.
But Andrew is dumb.
I'm not smart. And I've never been... You know what I think about often? We had my dad on a Patreon episode the other day. And I go, Dad, have you ever changed a tire? Have you ever turned on a barbecue? He's like, nah, I don't do that. Because he's a fucking Jewish doctor. He doesn't use his hands unless he's fucking going through someone's bone marrow. And so he fucking... And then he goes to... I go, well, why didn't you ever teach me? Remember, I go, why didn't you ever teach me? And he goes... You never asked, which is such an amazing answer.
What a scapegoat.
You never asked. I was 8. I was 8.
You didn't know.
Why would I ask?
Yeah.
Yeah. But now everyone just has a chat GPT. Dad.
Where were you going with that, though?
So I think about this stuff and I'm like, oh, I don't know anything about like anything really when it comes to house stuff or anything.
I know so much.
Yes, because you grew up in a completely different.
Yeah, like with 2 Navy parents. So I'm surprised I don't know how to like change oil. Like I feel like that's something.
That's so fun. Yeah,
that's something I feel like my dad would have been like, dude. My dad, anytime I asked him anything, he'd say, "Go look it up in the dictionary. You'll remember it better that way." Like he would make me like seek out the information and.
Hell yeah.
He was fucking hardcore. And my mom, like when they would make me do super clean. They called it super clean Sunday. And my mom would come up and inspect all of our rooms. Name. So we had to super clean our rooms. That's different than just cleaning them, which they always had to be clean, by the way. But she would come up and inspect my room. She'd get eye level to the like dresser. Windowsills had to be clean. So if there was dust, she would like take her finger and be like, you need to clean that. If there was a sock on the floor, she'd say, you have to pick up the sock. We'd sweep mop, clean out the windowsills. It was crazy. It
goes back to me and Brenna got in an argument and I was like,
oh, it was such a good line. I had such a good line because Andrew gets so mad at me. He's like, you're only like, you get crazy about the house and like you get like really crazy about it because of your parents and what they made you do when you were younger, and it's all your parents' shit and you take it out on me. And I go, you know what? You don't know, and your parents never taught you how to do a single goddamn thing, and so you're useless. And he was like, you're right, you are right. Like,
yeah,
it shut you up.
I know. See how easy it is to say you're right?
No, but see, you're just always, but like there's gotta be, a medium for sure. And
yeah, not super clean and not super dirty.
But the house you do need to super clean the home. I literally had to mop our ceiling. I mopped our bathroom ceiling.
Brenna has been running around this apartment screaming black mold.
I'm I'm so scared of mold, you guys. I'm so scared.
And then if I question that maybe it's not black mold, I am somehow Mr. Black Mold.
No, because he goes, do you know how long black mold takes? I go, first of all, you don't know anything about black mold. No, you don't.
I had a whole thing with my fucking, with my landlord in New York City. We sued his ass. And part of it was that there was black mold inside the fucking ceiling, and they came down and they and dude, if you want to see what mold looks like, that looked like mold, and that wasn't even black mold. And you're pointing at a speck of dust and you're going, the whole world's falling apart.
No, there's mold. And so anyways, this is a great segue into what happened on Tuesday.
I can't believe we haven't got to what happened on Tuesday yet.
Because I am in the bathroom. Okay, wait, this is so ghetto. I'm in the bathroom. Because my little electric shower cleaner that I could have used to scrub the thing died. And I was like, this needs to get done now. So I have a Swiffer wet mop, but we're out of Swiffer, like the mop thingy. So I put like bleach on a wet rag, and I put the wrap the rag around the Swiffer and like put it in the little slots. I have sunglasses on, and I'm like, so water doesn't drip in my eye. I'm fucking mopping the ceiling, and I'm like, God, it smells weird. Like something smells really weird, and the smell just kind of like increased a little bit. And I was doing laundry, and I was like, oh, maybe it's just like the washer and dryers just like. Sometimes it just codes out. Like it'll just decide it doesn't want to do its job anymore. It's one of those stupid little washer dryer fusion machines. So it like washes and then it steam dries or something.
It's like the Taco Bell Pizza Hut of washer dryer.
It's a pointless machine. It sucks. Anyways, what were you gonna say though?
So
it smells crazy.
So I walk in and I'm smelling it, and it smells like chemical. It smells like a chemical burn. Like it's like a smell like you haven't smelled before, to where we're like, where's it coming from? And we both look at this little ass washer dryer machine, and it's smoking like there's a little dragon in there.
Dude, it smelled like a chemical fire.
And we're like, oh my God, it's on fire. And when there's a fire, we can't see the fire. So we're like,
because it's an electrical fire, and I'm like, this thing's gonna fucking blow up.
But all I'm like is like, I'm gonna call 911. These fucking manly men are gonna come here, and it's gonna be the little gayest fire we've ever seen in our life, and it's just gonna be like, and they're in our little studio, and I'm just like, this is gonna be so embarrassing because they're gonna be like, why don't you just put it out by turning off the machine? Like something
because electric fire, like you don't know. Also, don't get it twisted. I'm the one who said, okay, we're in a crisis. Let's call 911.
You did not say we're in a crisis.
In my head.
This is a crisis situation.
I'm like, we need to, Andrew said, what do? We need to call 911, Andrew. There's an electrical fire. So
Brenna, I go, here, you call him. I'm going to handle it. And so I open up the thing where they put the detergent, and more smoke's coming out. I turn it off.
The whole tiny home is covered in smoke.
And I open the door finally. Smoke's coming out. And I'm like, this is like backdraft. This is my moment though, to be a protector.
I'm watching this while I'm on the phone with 911.
To show my dad that I can handle it, that I can protect it, that I do figure things out. I'm a 40-year-old independent man. And I had a Yeti cup in my hand full of water, and I threw it at the machine as hard as I could, and then I refilled, and when I went to throw it a second, Brennan goes, it's a fucking electrical fire. You fucking idiot.
Yeah, I'm on the phone with 911, like, and they're like asking me questions, and I'm like, hang on. Yeah. It's an electrical fire. What are you doing?
I go,
why do you throw water?
Well, what do you do? How do you get, they got more water?
And I said, you fucking leave it alone and get out of the apartment. Dude, it was this man is not protecting me, y'all.
Well, there is water all over our little studio apartment.
Oh, and because we're mid-wash, and he opens up the fucking washer, so water and 2 Yeti cups of water are all over the fucking floor. I'm trying to mop the mold off the ceiling.
Yeti's not paying us for this.
No.
So then she calls. She tells him.
Dude, I was yelling at Andrew so much. 911 hung up on me.
Yeah. Well, 911 called me, and they're like, "Is everything all right?" And I was like, no, it's not. I'm dealing with Super Clean Sunday over here. I can't fucking handle her, sir. She's raised by 2 naval parents. I wasn't raised by anybody. It's a problem. And they're like, okay, sir, we're going to send 7 trucks. I'm not kidding.
Also, Melanie knows this, but there's a fire station a block away from our place.
Oh, we could tie the hose up to the fire station.
Second time we called them.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's so embarrassing. There's something so embarrassing about you can hear them getting ready to come block down. Like, it's so embarrassing.
You could hear them literally putting their boots on, sliding down the pole.
They're like, the fucking couple called us again.
They're like, their house is not big enough for us to care. But because it's LA and fire spreads to bigger homes, they care about our little ass home. Because I'll tell you, you call the cops, you'd never seen a cop in your life. You called a firefighter department. So Brenna goes outside. She goes, I can't look at it.
I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, you're a fire phobe.
Yeah.
So the fire department comes, 3 trucks.
Oh, wait. No, wait. Before we get about them coming in, I am like, Andrew, you need to go get Mango's little car seat. We put him in like a little jail cell, basically, when he's in the car. I said, you have to go get that because we have to get Mango out of the apartment. And so I'm holding Mango, trying to get him out of the apartment. The fucking Amazon guy, an Amazon delivery.
Yeah.
There's 2 delivery guys. So an Amazon guy comes as we're like dealing with Mango. Mango's scratching me, like crying at me, like yelling at me. The Amazon guy's coming through as smoke is billowing out of our apartment, and he's like, I have a delivery.
He goes, are you a room? Are you this apartment?
He says sorry to us like 5 times. Mango is like,
he threw his phone on accident.
Yeah,
the guy dropped his phone
because Mango is like jumping out of my arms close to him, and he's freaked out.
So that guy goes through. So we have the Amazon guy coming through. Then Brenna
I'd also happened to make a DoorDash order for a new shower curtain and
from Target
shower liner.
So I go out there. The Target guy, the Amazon or the Uber Eats guy or whatever, has the fucking Target bag
with 5. There's 5 fire trucks.
Yeah, at this point there's 5 fire trucks, and he goes, "Man, what's going on here?" I go, "Oh, that's my apartment." I go, "That's my apartment. Thank you so much." He's like, "Wait, did you order this before the fire or after the fire?" And I was like, "Who's paying you? Who's paying you?"
It's just so funny to think like mid-fire, we're like, "Wait, we need a new shower curtain."
Yeah, you know what this apartment needs? While smoke
we're gonna need a new one because this one's on fire. So let's just get ahead of it now.
Yeah, he's like, "You also ordered a dresser, a bed, and a new apartment." And I'm like, "Yeah, just leave it outside." Yeah, dude, the look on his face when he was like, "Wait, that's your place?" Dude, it was so funny. So I grabbed the Target bag. I come back. The firefighters are now inside. There's literally 8 firefighters inside our studio apartment, and their boots are like bigger than humans.
So there's water, and then in the dirt on their boots.
So I go outside to Brenna, and I go, "Brenna, I'm gonna ask them to take their shoes off." And Brenna goes, What? And I was like, I'm fucking kidding.
I was like,
I just thought it was a funny joke. And I'm telling you right now, Brenna was like, that's actually a pretty super clean Sunday.
It is super clean Sunday. I would appreciate it.
Yeah, I'd appreciate you take your boots off. So they're all looking at the littlest, gayest little washing machine in the littlest, gayest apartment. And the 5 manliest men with bigger mustaches than I am, than my biceps. And I'm coming in, I'm like, "Hey, boys." Like, I'm trying to be like fucking the protector. And I'm just like, "Hey, boys. Hey, boy, what's going on?" They're like, "You're poor." And I was like, "Yeah. What else? What else, boys? You're a little bitch. I know, boys." So, are you hiring at the academy? So they like put it out there like, "We had to rip out the machine. We don't think you should use this machine anymore."
Yeah, it's like a faulty machine, apparently.
You're right to
Which
call us.
I knew. I've been saying that forever.
Yeah, I know. If we weren't here, Mango's dead.
Yeah.
You know.
Dude, and then when they left, Andrew shook their hands.
Oh my God. I gave him
I was watching like, what are you doing? Don't shake their hands. Andrew apologized. He's like, "Sorry that we had you come out here and shook their hands."
Boys.
I'm like, that's literally their job. They had to come a block away. Yeah.
But they had literally 5 trucks out there for a little bit of smoke. I mean, we never saw actual fire. Like, so I don't know if there was
but
fire.
it smelled, those smell, like I was like, there's an electrical fire in that thing.
Yes.
I was really scared. I was like, I can't address this. Somebody needs to take care of this for me.
I shook their hand. I was like, thank you, boys. Sorry so much about the inconvenience, boys. It's like, I support you guys. 9/11. Sorry about that. And they're like, what? And I was like, yeah, no, it's whatever. So they leave. Literally all 5 trucks just drive away. They must, dude, the story when they get back, they're like, dude, they're probably like, I can't even imagine what they talk. They're like, we had 5 trucks there for fucking the littlest fucking washing machine I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, but I don't understand the smell, because it was like a chemical smell, and there was smoke everywhere. Like, our place smelled like it the rest of the day. We had to keep the windows open. So Mango was in his jail all day. And then he got stung by a bee. And then he had diarrhea and was puking all day yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Like, literally, we're at home. How do things keep happening to us?
Well, that's the other funniest part about this is that while this is all going down, Hannah Burner, who I never see, who's our friend, who, whatever, like, is coming over to hang out. And I'm like, dude, if she comes over and there's 5 fire trucks, this is going to be the funniest thing ever. She comes over. She's so funny, too, because I'm telling her this story, and she's like, yeah, so anyways, I was on the roast of 2024. She's like, okay, oh, yeah, your house was on fire? Anyways.
Yeah.
So I wrote some jokes for her for the roast of 2024. That was the night before.
I thought it was the torching of 2024.
Or torching of 2024, which is roasting the year. It was with Jeff Ross, and they all like made fun of. Brenna came with me. We'll probably be on TV a little bit on Netflix. It's coming out. It's fun to write for. It was an absolute shit show. John Stamos almost fought Sam Morril.
John Stamos is so handsome. I'm stupid, and I was like, he played the drums for the band, and I go, that guy looks like a young John Stamos. And Andrew's like, that is John Stamos. What a compliment. A young John Stamos. It's literally just John Stamos.
It is the nicest thing you can.
Amazing.
That is the nicest thing you could say to John Stamos. You look just like a young John Stamos. I am John Stamos. Dude, yeah, that was so fun. That guy looks like
Who
we're
else
at
was
Netflix.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God. And then
Diplo's there.
Yeah. Oh, Seth Green was there. It's so funny. What's your friend's name? The Jessica girl, the comedian?
Oh, I forget.
Anyways, we were sitting with this girl named Jessica and her boyfriend that Andrew knows, and Seth Green walks in. First of all, he is wearing like a red velvet.
He looks like a vampire.
He looks like a vampire. He's shaking everybody's hands.
Like he's the mayor.
And she goes, what the fuck is he shaking everyone's hands for? Like he's the mayor of Munchkinville, which is it's so accurate.
He had a smoking jacket on.
Yeah,
he was
but
the color.
But he was
paler.
also wearing like Nike sneakers with his crushed red velvet blazer. Like, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what is
Well,
this?
LA men just chase looking young until they're dead of old age. And you're like, how old was he? Like 45? No, that guy was 98 years old when he died. He was wearing off-white Nikes.
Yeah, it's so wild.
So yeah, I mean, it's just so funny to think.
Oh, I went to the bathroom. There's girls doing coke on the bathroom sink. I'm like, at a Netflix taping, that's like wild to be just doing coke in the bathroom.
Yeah, it was wild.
Yeah.
Fucking, it ends up being like a 5-hour affair. It's just kind of crazy, but it was fun.
Yeah.
We went backstage. It was like a cool hang. Like, but Sam Morril and John Stamos, I don't think it will make the cut. But John Stamos was doing like this whole bit, and Sam Morril cut him off and was like, Sam Morril's a stand-up comedian, and he's like, oh, the last cool thing you were in was Rebecca Romaine, which is John Stamos' ex-wife. But it was so out of nowhere, and John Stamos' new wife was there. And he goes, oh, that joke was good back in 2015 when I heard
that
it.
That joke was funny in 2015
for
the first time I heard it, yeah.
Yeah, and then it was like, and Sam is a very like he cares a lot about like being authentic and stuff. So it was just like, oh my God. And you could feel the tension. And I was like, oh my God, they're about to fist fight. This is real. It's about turning to fucking Springer. And so that was fun to see, but that won't ever make it. And I probably shouldn't even talk about it, but whatever. Who cares?
What was the other really good roast towards
I don't know. People fucking Lizzo caught a lot of strays.
Yeah.
Sam and Mark were really funny.
I hate when you do that.
What, burp?
When you burp and you let it out of your lips like a raspberry. You go
Yeah.
fucking hate it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know that you do it though.
No, I did.
Oh, he knows that he does it too.
It wasn't good. Could be. Yeah. So that was fun, ready for that, and then went to Thursday night football last night. Got to write jokes for that for 6 games over the time, and it was like was sitting in the crowd, and there was almost a fucking full-on fight, which sometimes when you're at the game and there's a full-on fight, you're like, oh, like you forget, like you could be in the middle of this in a second, and it was like right next to me.
Brawl.
Yeah, full-on brawl.
That's how crowd brawls start.
Yeah, every crowd brawl.
I don't know if that's like a word, crowd brawl.
Crowd brawl. A crab boil. Every crowd brawl starts with a guy being like, I can't get hit. And then he's like, wait, did I just get hit?
Yeah.
So, dude, it was like intense. And then there was the biggest Karen you've ever seen. And she goes, oh, you want to talk shit? You want to talk shit? Stay here. Stay here. And she went and got security for this like Mexican guy who was drinking like a michelada. And she's like, you stay here. And she got him, and she's like, there he is. You didn't think I'd go get him, did you? Like this Karen face that they have, a white woman going to get the cops, has this look of their face that they are the most entitled. I'm taking down everyone, and somehow I'm now the cop. And so they're like, there it is. You're gone. You're gone. And then they talked to him for like 3 minutes, and he came back, and she just looked back. She was so angry that it didn't work for her, but it was fucking nuts. Like one of the other guys was just like passed out cold in the chair, and he kept waking up to a random guy right next to him, and he kept going. Did this random guy going?
That's
and then he
weird.
He woke up, and he's like, this fucking like Mexican dude, and he just fucking puts lip gloss on and passes back out. So every time he's waking up, he's just like this fucking mess with perfect lip gloss lips. Dude, it was fucking nuts. It was fucking nuts.
Did you watch the game?
No, I didn't even know there was a game. That was the game.
Dude, one time I went to a concert with some friends like a long time ago, and one of my friends got so drunk beforehand, she puked out the window and then passed out in the back of the car. And we left her in the back of the car and went to the concert, and we came back and she woke up and she's like, all right, let's go to the concert. We're like, no, girl, like it's over. You missed it.
Dude, it is amazing. It's so funny when you pass out hammered and you wake up and somehow you're completely sober.
Yeah.
But you only slept for like an hour.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, dude, I've had so many times. But anyhow, we'll be back. All right, welcome back. This is coming out, I guess Christmas or Hanukkah will be, huh?
Christmas Eve.
Oh, Christmas Eve. Whoa. Christmas Eve, which is really...
What are we doing for Christmas?
I don't know. There's a couple options. We could go to a house of a buddy and get a home-cooked meal, or we go eat Chinese and watch a movie. Or we do both. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. I just need to know what the scene is at your friends, because this particular, it's such a bro hang. Like, it's not fun for me. And I'm trying to tell you that. Like,
yeah.
And then also his mom's cooking. And so then I go and then like not friends with them. And so then I have to fucking cook. And I have to be like, do you want me to help you? Like, I don't even, like, I don't care.
You don't have to do any of those things.
Yes, I do. You don't understand.
I do understand.
No, you don't get it. You don't get it.
Oh my God, so negative.
It's
Negative
just gonna be
Nancy.
Like, it's just gonna be like them and like all of his dumb friends. Like they're dumb boys.
You fucking love these fucking random stories at times.
When is the last time I wanted to go and hang out with them with you? Literally, it's
When
been
do I want to
a
go
year
and
a half.
dude? I
never make you hang out with me and my friends.
Oh my god!
I never do.
Oh my god! I can't believe you're like even getting into this. It's so ridiculous. Ugh. Anyhow,
none of these guys have girlfriends. Like who? I'm just gonna be like with you and like 5 dudes and his mom. It's weird. It's a weird hang for me. Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird when I go and
they
I'm
talk,
with
and
like
all they
random
do is talk about,
family that like I don't know any of these people, and the guy got me sick, and then I threw up.
Yeah, but at least we're
But
in
I'm not
that
like
together.
crying. But we're in this together.
Would you want to go with me to a guy? Oh my god. Me and 5 girls who are all just like sitting there talking about whatever we talk about. And what would you do?
What would I do? I'd eat a badass meal, a home cooked meal, like a fucking
and
G.
Would you have a good time, do you think?
Yeah, I think I would. I hang out with women all the time. What are you talking about? I hang out with women all the time.
Never hang out. Have you ever hung out with me in a group of my girlfriends?
Yes.
When?
I have. Huh?
When?
Huh?
When?
When's the last time you've hung out with a group of your girlfriends?
That's true. I don't really want to hang out with anyone.
Anyhow, so that shooter.
Wait,
It's
actually,
like I'd rather talk about the shooter than feel like I'm like...
On the topic of the shooter, I saw somebody on TikTok. So I don't know, he was out and about recently with like that group of security, you know? Did you see that?
You act like you went on a picnic with guys with...
A what? A perp walk?
A perp walk.
Yeah, whatever. He had a fresh haircut, like a fade, and his eyebrows were threaded. And I saw this girl do a TikTok, and she said, I've never been to prison. Both my parents have been to prison. And this is like, there's the men in the prison who are helping him look nice. It's like signaling to the CEOs, like, don't fuck with him. Like, we are protecting him and taking care of him.
Oh, got you.
Because he's got this like fresh fade.
He's so pampered.
Yeah, and like and then someone else was like, this man went into prison and came out hotter. Like, he's the only
yeah.
They can't catch a bad picture of him. He always looks hot. Like
everything they're doing to like show the world that we're not fucking around is just making him look so hot.
And then I saw another TikTok. It's like this giant club, and the song by, I think it's by Hannah Montana. If I'm wrong, sorry. It's like the song that goes, he could be the one, he could be the one, he could be the one. And it's just a slideshow photos of Luigi, his
side profile,
his pictures of him in jail.
I mean, his photos are so fucking sexy.
Yeah,
like no one takes those kind of headshot. It looks like
he's always like looking over his shoulder and just kind of like doing something. Like
he's like holding the gun.
Yeah.
He's like smoking a cigarette. He's like fucking got like somehow he has gel in his hair.
Yeah.
His shirt is like it hangs just low enough to see his collarbones.
Yeah.
You know, no fucking like. That's never like that. It's like literally like he's like doing a calendar. Like he's like fucking, and I don't know.
We were at a coffee shop the other day, and these 2 girls were sitting next to us having a conversation, and one of them is on the side of like, I love this for him, like good for him, which I don't think that we should be encouraging, like, hell yeah, they murdered him. But the other girl was like, he had a family. You don't feel bad. You shouldn't be saying these. You shouldn't be saying that. Like, he has a family. I feel really bad. Like, I don't know. And I'm like, do you have, I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with this. It's just interesting.
No, it sounds like the girl is saying, my dad pays my rent.
Yeah. Like,
so therefore, don't say anything bad about his CEO because my dad's a CEO. He's got a black card and he's worried that he might get shot where he's the owner of a GM. And it's like, no one's trying to shoot that guy.
I just think like the amount of empathy you have for somebody, and I just wonder if she gives it to all groups that are, I don't know, you know, like,
no one gives empathy to the people that get affected by the healthcare system that are poor, that are just a statistic, and then it ends up being they're all grouped in, so you're not hearing each individual story. But the people that had kids is the woman with cancer who can't get, you know, because it's not considered necessary treatment, or she's on hold for fucking 7 hours and she doesn't have time because she has 3 jobs, or, you know, whatever it is, or you don't get authorized in time to get the treatment, and then you're just like sitting there and you're waiting months to get treatment, and now the cancer spread because they haven't gotten back to you in time. But that all gets like, those stories, they don't get talked about because I don't know, that's just the system we're in. And then if you complain about it, somehow when a poor person complains,
people fucking hate it.
well, they're just like, you know,
you put yourself in this situation. Oh, you're on
if you
government
work
help.
harder.
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, so it started a conversation. Do I think that murder is right? Hell no. Do I think the conversation's important? Of course. Do I think he looks hotter with thread eyebrows?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Do I think the low fade, you know, works for him? Yes. So I don't know.
There was also another school shooting in Wisconsin, but it was a 17-year-old girl, which I thought was very interesting.
Yeah.
That's like,
and then they were trying to see if she was trans.
Yeah, how many girls shooters or school shooters have there been?
Oh, like over 400.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
This past year?
No, how many girl shooters?
Oh, girl
have there
shooters?
been? Yes.
Like none.
Yeah. Let's ask ChatGPT.
But anyhow, yeah, that doesn't change because it's not, the kids aren't rich and giving millions of dollars to government. So then no one cares about those stories, and it just keeps going with thoughts and prayers. No one gives a fuck.
Yeah, less than 5% of incidents involved female perpetrators.
But, you know, it is, we'll see what happens. I mean, it's going to be an insane trial. People, you know, there's a lot of money to be made off this trial, off TV. So it's definitely not going to be like one of these things where the story's going to be stopped being told because he's that hot, you know? If he was ugly, there was some copycat guy that tried to just stab his boss, which, I mean, it's crazy. You shouldn't, if you are like stabbing your boss who works at like Claire's, that's not the right person. Or like, you know, or like working at like fucking Marshall's, and you're like, he was rude to me, take down the CEOs. It's like, that guy is the assistant manager at a fucking Marshall's.
Yeah.
He's not the person to be stabbed. But this guy's
trying his best.
This guy stabbed his boss. And they show a photo of the guy, and the guy has like rubber band like braces in his mouth, and he's just like very ugly, and no one cares because one, it's not that compelling of a story. It's not on camera. It's not in the middle of Manhattan, and you're ugly. Like, if you're gonna do it, you gotta.
You're a criminal.
If you want to be an assassin and make it on Netflix, you gotta be hot. You gotta be fucking working out, and you gotta do it in Midtown, and, you know, take down someone big time that everyone hates. Don't be stabbing someone that fucking works at Best Buy, who's your boss. That's not the people we want you stabbing. That you're gonna make the narrative horrible. It's so funny, but it is funny though too to think like an assistant manager at Best Buy is like, I don't know, man, I gotta be on. Look, it's like no one's coming for you. Maybe there is, but no one's coming for you. It's like, nah, man. I told him to stack those shelves. It's like, nah, dude. Fucking. So anyhow, we'll see what happens. It's gonna be crazy, like this next 3 months, because they put it up for terrorism.
Didn't he? You said he got a new lawyer.
He did. He got a lawyer who, the lawyer, her husband is P. Diddy's lawyer. So you got P. Diddy's lawyer. That's absurd. Fucking dinner conversation. You know?
Well, they can't say anything.
Well, yeah, I guess. I'm sure they say something.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm sure they talk about the baby oil a little bit. Yeah, that's insane. The 2 biggest cases on earth is just a couple. I mean, he had another lawyer that seemed like from My Cousin Vinny, that Philadelphia lawyer, who just like, I don't see any evidence. No evidence. Show me evidence. Like he's like, I'm like, what is
Here's all
that?
the evidence I have. Nothing.
Yeah. He goes, nothing. He just shows his hands.
Nothing. It's so funny.
He's so funny.
I did see the photo, like the grainy photo, and it looked a little like his. I don't know. Almost, I'm like, you guys got to take him back to that place, put him in the exact same thing. Let's see the footage again, because I thought it didn't really look like him.
Oh, you still think he's not the guy? I like that.
What if there's a couple people and they all worked together?
Oh. Now you're
Triplets.
this is just becoming a hot dream for you. You're like, what if it's
Ooh.
4 Luigis?
4 Luigis.
And they got baby oil from Diddy, from his lawyer.
Mm.
And they put it on the backs.
Ravioli.
And they feed me ravioli.
Mm.
Oh, man.
Do you like meat ravioli or cheese ravioli?
Fucking both.
Like a mixture?
Oh,
Mm.
I do. I used to be a ravioli boy. That was my thing.
Ravioli?
Oh, yeah.
Like Chef Boyardee?
Oh, I would fuck with that. I
Did
would
you-
eat that right out of a can,
I was just
cold.
going to say, you love a cold meal.
Yeah, because it gets all the sauces.
Look at this guy. The smile on his face.
No, I mean, Italian restaurant and ravioli, you know me. I like a mush. I don't want to fucking try too hard. And a ravioli, you barely have to chew.
Andrew.
It already comes chewed for you.
Your existence is so funny to me.
Thanks. It already comes chewed.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's fucking fantastic. It's literally like someone chewed it for you, put it in a little pouch.
Pouch. Put it in a little pouch.
I wonder if Italian food sales have gone up since Luigi.
I would love to eat spaghetti.
Yeah. There's gonna be so many conversations at Christmas. Well, no, CEOs, you can't do that. Oh yeah. Well, it's just like I would love to see like a million of the same exact conversation happening, like cut up together.
Yeah, like a.
Because it's all this. Everyone has the same fucking 10 talking points, and we're probably part of it. It's so hard to have like an original.
What do you think? What are like the main things that you and I talk about?
Me and you,
Mm-hmm.
like we don't talk about anything serious ever.
Sometimes I'm like, we're just two dum-dums that found each other,
Or we're both into very different things. You don't want to talk about football, and I don't want to talk about fucking what you got at Sephora.
I haven't been to Sephora in weeks.
That is such a lie.
Dude, when is the last time I went to Sephora? I'll tell you, actually. I can go to my Sephora app and
You
I'll
go
tell
in there, and sometimes you don't buy things. You just
No.
snoop around.
Oh, I always buy something. Whether or not I tell you I do, it's a different story.
See, this is why we don't talk.
The fact that you think Sephora is my hobby is kind of depressing.
Okay, what's your hobby?
Reading.
What?
I've been reading.
You didn't even say read.
Wait, that's so mean. I have been reading. I'm literally reading 2 different books right now. I'm reading Journey of Souls and City of Girls.
Those are the same book.
Last time I went to Sephora was 11/29. It's been almost a month. Yeah.
There's no way that's true.
Andrew, look. It's right there. Oh,
I don't.
20% off right now, guys. 11/29. Right there.
I don't believe it.
What do you believe more? That Brenna hasn't been to Sephora in the last month, or that she's been reading as a hobby?
Oh.
You guys, I have 2 books right now. I have 2 books.
Okay, but her reading isn't like. For me, we don't.
That's not a
tend to-
hobby.
No, you have a. I'll give you a hobby.
And-
Also, you go to Pilates. You have hobbies. You haven't.
I haven't really been lately. I need to get back into that. I've been so lazy. I'm a little depressed.
Well, we've been sick.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard because fucking that will take a toll on you. It's hard to start again, especially post wedding, end of the year. You gotta be easy on yourself. You're rating now. You're reading books. What's your books about?
So one of them's about this doctor, or not doctor,
Is it fiction?
Yes.
Both of them?
No, one of them's nonfiction, and one of them's fiction.
Okay.
But
No, go ahead. Explain
Okay,
your hobby.
so Journey of Souls is
Is that the nonfiction or fiction?
it's I haven't read it yet, so I don't know. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So what made you get Journey of Souls?
I saw it on TikTok. My other hobby.
And what did that TikTok say? What got you going? I want to know.
Okay, Case Studies of Life Between Lives is a book by Dr. Michael Newton, a hypnotherapist who specialized in past life regression and the exploration of what he termed the life between lives. So he basically hypnotizes his patients, and they do past life regression, and they talk about their death like post-death experiences, or how they died in their past lives, and like how their souls transition from body to like the spirit world. And I don't know, I just think it's really interesting. I didn't say anything,
because
I have said, like, I've been really curious just about like what happens when you die, which nobody knows for sure, right? But it is really fascinating. Anyways, I think I'm a younger soul. Like there, like some souls have been like here, you know, many, like several times. And when an older soul dies, like its journey from body to spirit world is goes a lot more quickly, because they like have less confusion and they know like what to do. But there's an in-between, like kind of like an in-between, where a lot of times younger souls will have somebody kind of like greet them, like whether it's a guardian angel or like a past like family member from their like current life, to help them like transition into that. And these spirits aren't, like, right now I'm reading how they don't have faces. It's almost like they can present them themselves as that, so that the person recognizes them, but it's more of like it's just an energy, or like a light, essentially. It's so what? What?
So am I a medium soul?
I think that you
Am I an old soul?
I feel like we're both giving younger soul energy.
Like, this is why we don't talk. This is why we don't talk.
Why? Because it's not interesting to you?
I try. I really try.
I think Andrew has a really hard time with the pace in which I speak. He's made me really insecure about like talking. I've been meaning to talk to you about this, actually. You actually have made me feel kind of insecure about literally having conversations with people, because you've told me several times that I talk really slow and I don't like talk quickly enough to like get to the point. So it's made me feel insecure, I think, when I'm like around people, your friends and people you know, that to like say something.
Or to not say something.
Yeah, it's made me feel insecure to say something.
Okay, well, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Anyways, I think that like essentially it feels like you kind of called me dumb a little bit, you know? Like I'm just too dumb.
I don't think you're too dumb. I wouldn't marry if I thought you were dumb.
Well, sometimes I'm just like, what do I talk about? Do you guys ever just think, like, what am I supposed to talk about with people? Like,
you just did an hour podcast. You've done 50 podcasts.
I would never podcast if it weren't for you. Like, nobody wants to listen to me for an hour. You're right, you know?
That's not true.
I don't know. What do you talk about? Like, maybe I'm getting older and I'm feeling less pressure to fill up space. But I'm like, why do we have to talk? Like, why? You know?
Is this also in the book? Is this
maybe I am an old soul? No, really. I don't know.
I get that. I sometimes feel, I mean, depending on what topic it is.
I just love when we're in a group. I'm like, it's so much easier for me to just not talk than to talk.
But I feel like you do talk. I don't think you just shut down and don't talk.
Oh, I think I do.
But I also think that my friends are professional comedians that have a certain way of talking that isn't necessarily always similar to how not regular people, but just like normal people communicate. And I think not in a bad way or a good way, they tend to speak about things. They don't like small talk. A lot of my friends,
Yeah.
they like to get into, and the darker the conversation, and not necessarily stuff on like surface level. They either talk about like the most like vulnerable, like depressing things, or they talk about things that are like absurd and crazy. And I think when you come from not that, where you have conversations about just regular day shit, that there ends up being a disconnect. And I don't think it's one way is right or the other. It's just different. And I think then it like might make you feel uncomfortable, because it's just like it's hard for you to have that kind of conversation. I feel like if you're having a conversation with your sister or like one of your friends, I feel like I'm like, well, I don't even know how to contribute to this.
Right, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but no taken. And I'm sorry you feel that way. And, just don't shoot me in the back. And thank you for listening.
Well, this ended on a really weird note.
No.
I kind of ruined the vibe. Sorry.
No, you didn't. You didn't, though. And no one said you did.
I just said it.
Okay. All right.
Well, when I tried to talk to you about Journey of Souls, you didn't. You just laughed at me.
I did not.
You literally roll the tape back. What?
Brenna, you said
What?
things that like I don't know what I don't. You
But
said
you just laughed. You could have said something back. What do you think happens?
after you die.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Mm-hmm.
I think that two things. One, I think there's no way that I have the brain capacity or the intelligence to know. That's how I really feel.
Well, nobody said you have to be right. You could just.
I know, but I'm just saying.
But
So
you can just like explore it and think about it.
I do, but my exploring comes to the point of knowing nothing, which I don't think is a bad thing to say. And then my second point is that I don't remember being alive before.
Mm.
So I'm not going to know anything after, but that actually puts me at ease
Mm-hmm.
because I was okay before.
Yeah. Wait, to end on an interesting note, I saw something the other day. I was reading about what it's like to be blind and how people are like, well, you don't see nothing because there's nothing, you know what I mean? Like just trying to wrap your mind around it. And I read that if you just cover one of your eyes, because you don't see black when you just are like covering one of your eyes basically. And that's what it's like. So you can try it at home. No. Cover you don't keep the one. So cover your eye with your hand and keep the other eye open. And you know how it's like, well, because your brain isn't receiving anything. Like you don't see black. You just, it's nothing. It's really fucking, it's such a trip. I don't know. You get it? Like you're not receiving anything. You're not even receiving the color black.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Got you. So that
it's crazy. I did it and I was like, that's a perfect way to try to understand it.
Well,
So at least we got
understand death or understand blindness.
blindness. But maybe that's what it's like too. I mean, like we have nothing to say about before we were born, but that's a lot of people, like people who believe in, you know, like past lives and stuff. Like you kind of forget, because like how people say like younger kids, they'll talk about things like that they're like, oh, this you know, person has been here before.
Mm-hmm.
But I also in this book read like this doctor believes that like ghosts or spirits in the world, how people are like, oh, I believe in that. Like obviously they're not all bad, but it's just like souls that are having a hard time like dealing with how they died, or that they weren't ready to go, or they can become super like frustrated and like just that's essentially how like demons and like poltergeists and stuff come.
I'm not
I know
laughing.
it sounds
I'm
crazy.
taking it in.
It's a really interesting book. People have said it's changed their lives. I really have not finished it. I'll keep updating every week because I think it's an interesting thing. But anyways,
Yeah, I don't know. For me, I feel, especially when someone dies that's close to you, we want to try to make sense of this, and because for me, I feel like if it's comforting to know that they went somewhere, or that they're not gone, or that they're still with us, and however
that they might come back.
Yeah, and so however you want to internalize that, and however you want to see that, whether it's through an angel or through a ghost or just through being part of you, because their soul is still here, however you want to I think people try to figure out a way to cope with it, which is healthy, and I think that's a great thing. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully you get comfort through that.
So when we die, if I died before you and you got remarried, who would you get buried next to? If you had to choose one.
Wait, if you died, I got remarried,
and then you like, who would you choose to be buried next to? You can't be buried in between us because we have different family lots.
You, because you're here right now. And if I said the other person,
would you get remarried if I died?
No, I barely got married this time. Thanks for listening. Journey of our souls.
Join us on Patreon.
Yeah.
Puddles, puddles. Everybody now puddles. Everybody get up because you get down and then everyone will come over here.